Along with Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran, back from Rush High School, where the Bee Diggers and Akron Rams about to play the first of a doubleheader, with the Lady Rams, the defending state champions, at 25-1 against the Lady Bee Diggers, who were 20-4 a year ago, just one game shy of the 3A state tournament. We'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily, as these teams are still on the floor warming up for just about another minute. By the way, coming up this week, we'll have another doubleheader on Wednesday, 5:30 and 7, when the Brush girls and boys are in Wiggins to take on the Tigers. And then we'll have Bee Digger wrestling for the first time this season, wrestling on Friday night here in Brush against Mesa Ridge. Then more basketball coming up a week from today at 4 o'clock in Denver, as the Brush boys take on Bishop Matchbuff. And then just a couple of more games to close out the season after that, the December portion of the season, which will be doubleheaders on the 14th and 21st against Holyoke and Fort Morgan, respectively. Let's get to the starting lineup here momentarily for the Akron Lady Rams. And of course, they go primarily with Sydney Merrill, who is a senior, the 6-foot senior. It says 6 foot here, but 6'2", what I saw in another publication, along with 5'5" seniors Morgan Woods and Megan Woods, 5'10" sophomore Jordan Bear, and Allison Vasquez, a 5'9" senior. The Bee Diggers with Jordan Delorier, a 5'6" senior, along with Melissa Whiter, a 5'8" junior. Alex White, a 5'11" senior forward. Kristen Berg, a 5'11" junior. And Bailey Craich, a 5'10" senior forward, as we get to this afternoon's national anthem.
Give me just a second to load it up.
And momentarily we'll get to the national anthem here from Brush High School. Lady Rams are coached by Rick Agan, dressed in their road reds with the navy blue numerals, and the Bee Diggers coached by Tom George. Bee Diggers in their home whites with the maroon numerals. Well, I gave you the starting lineups, but let's get them from public address announcer Paul Acosta.
Number 2, Gail Hall. 5'5" number 4, Megan Woods. A 6-foot senior, number 11, Sydney Merrill. And a 5'9" senior, number 15, Allison Vasquez. And now your starting lineup for your Brush Bee Diggers. A 5'6" senior, number 3, Jordan Delorier. A 5'8" junior, number 4, Melissa Whitler. A 5'10" senior, number 20, Bailey Craich. A 5'11" senior, number 24, Alex White. And a 5'11" junior, number 50, Kristen Berg.
Opening tip brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance, as well as health and life insurance. And they can serve you in 2 locations, Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Jumping center for the Beat Diggers. As soon as they take the court will be Kristen Berg and Sydney Merrill for Akron, which once again won last night over Marino 72-32. Beat Diggers are playing their first game of the season. And then their second game will be on the road on Wednesday night in Wiggins at 5:30 against the Tigers right here on 1010, as well as KSIR.com. So it's Berg against Merrill, jumping center, to begin the first of the 2 games this afternoon into this evening from Brush. And the opening tip, that's a terrible toss, but it's controlled by Akron. That was one of the worst tosses I've ever seen from an official. Gale Hall with the basketball. Near the top is Jordan Bear. Bear, the sophomore, into the lane. Back out to Hall. Hall on the outside right. Bounce pass for Merrill. Turns, shoots. Looked like she was fouled. There was plenty of contact. No whistle. And a tie-up between Berg and Allison Vasquez of Akron. Possession arrow goes over to the Beat Diggers.
All right, it looks like they're just going to go in a 1-2-1-1 set for their press.
And the inbounds pass is knocked away. Melissa Waiter, though, has it for Brush. Over to Kristen Berg, who traveled. Well, you can't make a ridiculous mistake like that.
Well, I think she saw someone was going to pass it and on the run, and then red jersey jumped right in front.
And the Beat Diggers have got to cut down those turnovers, because that's going to be an issue. Perfect feed into Merrill from Jordan Bear, and Merrill banks it in for the opening points of the game. Backcourt pressure being applied by Akron. White's pass is tipped out of bounds by Allison Vasquez, who was a first-team All-State player last year in 2A. Delorier to throw it in. Looking, lobs it to Waitert. Waiter to dribble across the timeline, bodied up, dribbling to her left, backs it out to Delorier. Left wing to White, down low for Berg. Little 5-footer is short, and the rebound is controlled over by Allison Vasquez of Akron. On the outlet, the Bear. Bear across the timeline on the outside left to Hall. Hall penetrating left baseline, spins it back out over to Bear. Near the top, here's Vasquez. Lobs it down low for Merrill. Dribbles, turns, shoots, misses front rim. She thought she was fouled again. Kristen Berg grabs the rebound. If they let that contact go, that's going to favor the Beat Diggers. Delorier into the front court, lost the basketball. Just sloppy dribbling. Here's a turnover the other way, all the way, and getting fouled by Berg is going to be Megan Woods, who goes to the line to shoot 2. And the Beat Diggers, as expected here, taking on the defending 2A state champions, struggling a little bit early.
They are, but they're doing some nice things, too. They are starting to look up the floor. They just need to flash to the ball, make sure that they've got someone on their hip behind them.
Free throw is good by Woods. One, Kristen had a nice look there because that was one set the Beat Diggers handled very well, but they've got to do that consistently, not every other possession. Second free throw is around and no good, and the ball is controlled over there by Vasquez. Turns, shoots, and that's front rim, no good. Ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Delorier, a brush. Coming the other way are the Beat Diggers with plenty of pressure, and the ball is thrown away, and a little layup there by Jordan Bear. The turnover by Delorier and the bad pass. Here comes Delorier, front court over to Bailey Craich. Cross-court pass off of Berg's hand out of bounds, and the Beat Diggers have no points and 4 turnovers in the opening minutes and 37 seconds. 30-second timeout by head coach Tom George. This timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen in Brush. Help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call. It's one of the best. 842-4555. Jen, quite honestly, I can't say I'm surprised.
I'm not really either. When you are facing a defending state champion, you know, the Beat Diggers
with all returning players.
Right, all returning. Not, you know, they know each other. They know each other's movements. We have a couple of injuries happening. You know, Alex White sprained her ankle a couple days ago, so that may be in effect, and they're not finding their rhythm just yet. And the upper, you know, the post players, as if you will, need to be as valuable as the guards. You can't just expect the guards to try to dribble through 3 kids that are very quick and very good at reading.
Akron with the basketball as the Lady Rams lead 5-0, a minute 40 into the game. Into the front court. Allison Vasquez on the outside right, guarded by Waitert, looking down low. Still holding the ball, lobs it near the top to Bear. Bear takes a dribble, pulls up for a three, and that's no good. And the ball is tipped around loose, and it's picked up by Gail Hall. Akron resets. Vasquez, 15-footer bingo for Allison Vasquez, and the Akron lead is 7-0. Delorier's bounce pass is intercepted. Left-handed layup is missed over there by Gail Hall, but the ball is rebounded by Vasquez. Beat Diggers commit their 5th turnover. And now the ball loose near midcourt, picked up over there by Megan Woods. On the outside right, Vasquez, 3, off the back of the rim. Excellent rebound there by Jordan Delorier, and a silly foul by Megan Woods of Akron. She was completely boxed out. She commits her first foul for Delorier. That's her 2nd board. And the Beat Diggers have the basketball in the backcourt, 7-0 in favor of Akron. 5:43 to go in the opening quarter. In the first of 2 from Brush High School, Delorier in the backcourt. Front court pass to White, takes a dribble, double teamed. Overhead pass taken by Waitert. Waitert's on the outside right. She's double teamed, looking for a teammate. And then that ball's tipped away. It's taken away by Hall. Hall with one to beat all the way. Blocked out of bounds by Alex White. And it will stay with the Akron Rams.
That was an interesting, they were lined up in a 2-2-1 on that defensive set right there. That was an interesting.
Vasquez lobs it into Bear. Bear in the lane, and she's fouled.
Yeah, that was an interesting defense that turned into an offense for them. So I like how he's changing it up. We need to be quicker on the adjustment. They need to realize what's happening.
Berg is going to be out, in is Emma Mortensen, because it's Berg's 2nd foul, and that's another thing you cannot do. You cannot thin out your bench when you're taking on a team like this, especially the first game of the year. Vasquez to throw it in. Still looking. Left baseline to Bear. Bear is double teamed, trying to get out of it. Jordan Bear still double teamed. Looks like she was tied up. She was. Possession arrow to the Beat Diggers. Or no, it's pointing towards Akron. Yeah. Yep, stays with Akron, even though the Beat Diggers were about to throw it in. Jordan Bear to trigger it in. Bear looking, lobs it near the top to Vasquez. Dribbles into the lane, 10-foot pull-up, and she's fouled by Waitert. Drew the contact. She got by Waitert, and Waitert got her across the wrist.
Well, and they
check that. Delorier commits the foul.
Oh, it should have been Waitert, shouldn't it?
That's public address announcer said Delorier, and the free throw is off to the left by Vasquez.
Well, on that out-of-bounds play, they lined up 4 people just on the free throw line, and they all split in different directions. We stayed in a 2-3 zone.
Second free throw is up, and that is around and good. And Akron leads 8-0. 5:10 to go in the opening quarter, and that pass along the sideline is out of bounds, and Delorier's really struggling here for Brush. 7 turnovers, and she's committed about 3 or 4 of them. Vasquez to throw it in. Over to Jordan Bear on the outside left now to Woods. Woods back out to Bear, dribbling by Waitert. Picked up, now the ball is loose on the floor as it's poked away. Double team gets it back out over to Woods, and now the ball is poked away by Delorier. The Beat Diggers had the basketball. Waitert comes away with it. Right baseline, double team, has to back it out. Does to White, 3 in the air, hits nothing but backboard. Rebound is taken away by Craich. Beat Diggers will reset with the basketballs. Delorier dribbles left baseline. Bounce pass is intercepted by Vasquez. 8th turnover for Brush. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Akron.
Something else Akron does that is very small but very, very significant in a basketball game is their hands and their feet are constantly moving. They've tipped I don't know how many passes, almost every single one of them, and if we're not going to ball fake and get it around, that's going to continue to turn into turnovers.
With the basketballs, Bear, 3 in the air, is going to be short, but the rebound is taken in the lane by Hall, and then her pass is saved in by Merrill and taken over there by Woods, and she misses the shot, and then the ball's headed out of bounds. Merrill saves it in and throws it off of White. That's the athleticism of Sydney Merrill.
And hustle play.
Yeah, without a doubt. 8-0 in favor of Akron. 4:17 to go in the opening quarter. Vasquez to throw it in. Down low to Merrill. Her shot is blocked out of there and taken away by Alex White. Nice job by the Beat Diggers defensively. White is pressured. There's a steal, and we have a double dribble. So the teams exchange turnovers in about a 1-second span. Beat Diggers now with 9, Akron with 2, with 4:08 to go in the opening quarter. The Beat Diggers have yet to score. Here comes A.J. Miller into the game for Megan Woods. Haven't seen too many girls named A.J., so must be Josephine or something. I'm just guessing. Not that I know. Delorier in the backcourt, front court pass towards Emma Mortensen. Looked like she walked, and she did. See, those are the turnovers that just kill you. You grab the ball, and you got to keep your feet stationary.
But what they did where the pressure was much better that time.
Without a doubt, they broke it nice and easy. Vasquez with a basketball on the outside left in the corner. Miller's three in the air is no good. Strong side rebound over there by Bailey Cracher, second board. On the outlet to Delorier, dribbles it nicely into the front court. Delorier on the outside left with the basketball is Walliver. Now back to Bailey Craich at the top for Wailert. Overhead pass towards the right baseline. Two B-diggers right next to each other. Back out to Delorier, dribbles right of the lane, bounce pass down low for Craich, and now check that. That was for Mortensen. The ball is tipped away, intercepted. 11 turnovers for Brush. Here comes Megan Woods. Across the timeline is Vasquez at the free throw line. Left corner, Miller, three in the air, off the back of the rim, and the rebound on one hop taken by Delorier, fouled by Miller from behind. That'll be her first. I mean, big responsibility for Jordan Delorier. She's got 3 boards and has got to handle the ball. Here comes Alex White, who was out briefly, and Kristen Berg, who has got to remain foulless here for the remainder of the first quarter because she's back in there with 2 fouls. So the B-diggers with Wailert, Delorier, and there's a tip pass intercepted, taken away by Vasquez, layup up and in. B-diggers have 12 turnovers in the opening quarter, and they are getting blown out of their own building. Vasquez now with 5. Another tip pass, but it's taken to the backcourt by Walliver. Into the front court, the B-diggers have the basketball. Delorier dribbles to her right, gets a pick from Wailert. Double team. Looking down low, wide open White. She banks and scores. Great feed from Delorier as White cut to the basket. The B-diggers score their first basket of the season with 2:51 to go. 10-2 in favor of Akron. 3 in the air. Miller, that is well short off the bottom of the rim, and the ball is loose on the floor, but it's taken away by Woods, and then that ball is tipped away, intercepted by White. Turnover number 3 over there for Akron. Here's a 3 by Walliver off the back of the rim. The rebound to Berg. Little 8-footer on the right baseline is good for Kristen Berg. And Rick Agan not happy with that. A full timeout. 2:21 to go first quarter. Akron 10, Brush 4 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Allison Vasquez to throw it in for Akron. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall in the first of 2. Lady B-diggers have scored the last 4 points, but trail 10-4 to the Akron Rams. With the basketball is Miller in the left corner now for Vasquez. Guarded by Delorier. Will reset the B-digger lineup momentarily. Vasquez leans, shoots, misses, gets her own rebound, and then a tie-up. A nice job by Alex White. Possession arrow goes over to Brush. And to throw it in with backcourt pressure is Delorier. And coming back for the basketball is Waiter. B-diggers got lucky there. There were 2 players in the same area. Berg cross-court pass to White. Takes a dribble to her left. Back out Delorier. Now to Berg. 15-footer is off the right side of the rim. Chasing it down in the corner. Nope. Nice chase over there by Shelby Walliver, but it went out of bounds. And Akron has the basketball. That was actually some good ball movement for that look that Berg got. The little inbounds pass was a little shaky. There were 2 B-diggers right there. Here comes Jordan Bear on the outside left to Miller. Back out to Bear. On the outside right, bounce pass down low. Here is Merrill kicking it back out to Bear. Leans in, 13-footer back rimmed, and the ball is tipped, and there's a foul from behind. I think Sydney Merrill went over the back of Kristen Berg. Nice job of Berg getting proper position. And strangely enough, Merrill has done nothing in this game. I mean, she's got 2 points, but 1 foul, no rebounds. B-digger's doing a nice job on her. Here's Alex White across the timeline, and she dribbled the ball off her foot out of bounds. See, that's the one thing, Jen, I don't understand. You know, players, this is not a dribbling game. It's a passing game. Pressure defense, a passing game.
It is, but sometimes in order to make the pass, you have to make an angle, so you have to take a couple dribbles.
Now, when you're double teamed, though, that's my contention. 3 in the air is going to be off the back of the rim. It's missed over there by Carly Christensen. Rebound controlled by Kristen Berg, her third board. Long pass over to Walliver. Walliver from 8 feet, around and good on the left baseline for Shelby Walliver. Well, the B-diggers are right back into the game. It's 10-6 Akron. 1:05 to go in the opening quarter. Jordan Bear in the lane. Leans from 10 and good. Nice shot by the sophomore, Jordan Bear. B-diggers down 12-6. Here's Walliver in the backcourt. Nice job catching that ball. Now into the front court to Delorier. The B-diggers beautifully broke that press there. Walliver on the outside left. Near the top to Waiter. 48 seconds to go. Free throw line for Berg. Left baseline now back out to White. Bounce pass at the top for Waiter. Now to White. 3 in the air. It's nothing but window. Rebound to Waiter. 15-footer is off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Sydney Merrill. That's her first board of the game. Akron comes the other way. Bear on the outside left to Vasquez. Back out to Bear. Over to Vasquez. She could take a long 3. She does. And she misses it off the back rim. Nice positioning by Shelby Walliver. Foul from behind by Carly Christensen. That's her first and the team fourth. And Brush is doing, for the most part, a very good job of positioning their body so they have a better chance of getting the rebound than the opposition.
They're going to have to continue to do that regardless of how many times they get hit if they want to keep this game within reach.
The problem is Akron's committed 3 turnovers. Brush has 13. And Ashley Alonzo Holtorf is into the game for Akron. Here comes Delorier into the front court. 19 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Akron with a 12-6 lead. Crossing the timeline with a crossover dribble. Delorier bounce pass inside, went through everybody except an Akron Ram, intercepted by Holtorf. 8 seconds to go. Across midcourt is Hall with 6, nearly stripped, and now stripped by Waiter, but she cannot control it. It goes out of bounds. But Melissa Waiter doing an outstanding job of getting her hands in there without fouling. Just beyond midcourt to throw it in will be Hall with 3.2. Lobs it in over to Christensen. Her shot is up and good as she stepped in from about 12 feet away. Carly Christensen scores at the buzzer. We played 1. Akron 14, Brush 6. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Akron 14, Brush 6 as we head to the second quarter. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall. The Beat Diggers, let's see, have a player in that lineup. That is Casey Blake. The numbers are all, a couple of numbers are wrong in the Brush roster. That doesn't really matter to the listener. Jordan Delorier, Melissa Waitert, Casey Blake, Emma Mortensen, and Kristen Berg for Brush. Allison Vasquez, along with Sydney Merrill, Gail Hall, Megan Woods, and Jordan Bear for Akron.
And Emma Mortensen is also in.
Yeah, I did mention her.
Okay.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street at Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. Woods with a basketball. Back out over there to Hall. Hall dribbling. Back out to Woods. Over to Hall near the top. In the right corner, Vasquez. She'll pull up for a 3. That is off to the right. And they're stone cold in the threes. And over the back. That is a foul committed by Akron. And the foul was committed by Allison Vasquez. That'll be her first. And let me tell you, Jen, I mean, the Bee Diggers are holding their own, but Akron certainly is not playing their A game. Their pressure defense has been good, but with a 14-6 lead, we know this team can play better, which is why the Bee Diggers have to step up their game even more.
Well, and I think the Beat Diggers are settling down a little bit. Those nerves are out of there, so now they can kind of get down to business, and we'll see what they're made of.
Delorier to throw it in with backcourt pressure. Lobs it into Mortensen. Check that, Walliver. Waller with the basketball. Bounce pass to Delorier into the front court. There is Mortensen. Mortensen back out to Delorier. Cross-court pass taken by Waiter near that left corner. Back out to Delorier. Delorier dribbling to her left. Picks up the dribble. Lobs it at the top for Berg. Down low for Mortensen. She banks and scores.
That was a great job by Emma, sealing the player, the defender, high on her hip so that they could get that cross-court pass or that diagonal pass.
Hall at the free throw line for Bear. Left corner for Vasquez. Vasquez lobs it down low for Bear. Takes a dribble, leans, shoots, misses. Strong side rebound controlled by Berg. That's her fourth, and Kristen Berg doing a nice job of not committing a foul since coming into the game. Berg on the left wing. 15-footer is off the back of the rim, and the ball is tipped around once, twice. There's going to be a tie-up. Possession arrow is in favor of Brush. Bee Diggers will have the basketball. Battling down low is Mortensen along with Vasquez and Delorier to trigger it in. With Brush down 14-8, a minute 3 into the second quarter. Delorier cutting to the basket beautifully as Walliver. She banks it in. A defensive assignment was not fulfilled there by Akron. They completely fell asleep and Walliver cut to the basket. They didn't seal off the inside.
They were in man-to-man, so that was all number 4, whoever that is. That was her job.
We'll keep it right here with the Bee Diggers trailing 14-10. And Delorier, Mortensen, Walliver, Berg, and Waitert as we reset the lineup there for the Bee Diggers. Here comes Gail Hall into the front court for Akron. Hall on the outside right for Bear. Dribbles to her left, picks up the dribble. Cross court for Woods. 16-footer is no good. And the ball is rebounded by Sydney Merrill. Merrill leans and is fouled.
Nope, she's traveled.
Oh, she did travel. Check that.
Both
turnover number 4 for Akron.
Both Emma and Mortensen did a good job of just staying straight up, not doing any weird, funky stuff to get another foul.
Now to throw it in is Delorier. Backcourt pass to White. White over to Delorier. She lobs it into the front court to Waiter. Waiter with the basketball. Jump pass cross court to White. Little 10-footer is off the back of the rim. And the ball is volleyballed around into the hands of Gail Hall, her third board. Long pass to Woods. Cross court pass to Merrill. Right baseline. Turns, shoots, misses. Fouled by Delorier. And Sydney Merrill to the line. For Delorier, her second personal. And 2 free throws upcoming. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night, and when they do, every second counts. As a level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center bringing quality care to the community. The first free throw is no good by Sydney Merrill. Second free throw upcoming for the defending 2A State Player of the Year is in the air, and that one hits nothing but string. Merrill with 3. The Bead Digger deficit is 5, 15-10. Into the front court is White, spinning. Lob pass over to Delorier at the top. Drew her right. Cross-court pass to White, left baseline. Little 7-footers around it. Good. Nice English for Alex White. Jen, I know you flinched about 2 or 3 times when passes have been made. It looks like it goes by one Bead Digger into the hands of the other. It's almost like a backup outfielder.
Those cross-court passes make me nervous because they're long.
Merrill underneath the basket, double team, kicks it back out to Vasquez, dribbling to her right. Vasquez back out, over to Woods, cross-court pass to Bear, steps in, little 10-foot leaner, no, but she's fouled by Delorier. She's got to hit the bench. That's 3 fouls.
Yep, here comes Wooliver.
And quite frankly, that was not a good foul. I mean, you don't want to foul that far away from the basket. And now to the line, it's going to be Jordan Bear, who's got 4 points already. A second teamer 1 year ago as a freshman, first free throw in and out. Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center, and they now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. And look to the team at Valley View for rehab, short-term, or long-term care needs. 815 Fremont. You can call them at 867-8261. Valley View Villa. Second free throw is in. The lead is 6, make it 4 points, and then the ball is tipped away out of bounds. Let me tell you, the Bead Diggers are getting away with a lot of bad passes. However, they have yet to commit a turnover in this quarter after 14 in the opening quarter. Waiter lobs it towards the timeline to Alex White. In the right corner, Berg. Down low, the turn by Crate. She misses, and the ball is loose, and it's controlled by A.J. Miller of Akron. Across the timeline. Very good game so far for Brush. 16-12. 3 in the air is up, and that is well short. Missed over there by Bear. The rebound on one hop to Walliver. Long pass is going to be tipped out of bounds. Intended for Waiter. Knocked out of bounds by Bear. Bead Diggers will have possession of the basketball. Well, this tells you how good Brush is because they're not playing their A game. They're only down by 4. Here's Walliver with the basketball. Dribbling to her left. Back out to White. White, couple of dribbles. Overhead pass to Waiter to the top. Waiter traveled. The first turnover by the Bead Diggers in the second quarter. 15 in the game, and the difference so far in this game is the first quarter when the Bead Diggers trailed by as many as 10.
Well, like we talked about earlier, I think they settled in the nerves. They're settling into what they're supposed to be doing now, so this is what they're...
Bounce pass for Merrill, double team. She's fouled.
This is what they're looking for.
Boy, if that's Berg, she's going to be out of the game here. And that is Berg. That's going to be her third. Oof. She'll sit the remainder of the opening half. Too bad it wasn't on Craich, because Craich has no fouls so far in this game. And the Bead Diggers have committed just 6 fouls, but 3 by 2 players.
Right.
And now Vasquez to trigger it in.
This is that play, the same one. They lined up with 4, and they all split.
Down low to Merrill, and she hits it off the bottom of the rim, but the rebound taken over there by Miller, and she scores. Miller scores for the first time in the game. Waiter to cross the timeline. Pass over to Walliver. Check that. That's Mortensen. And then she's stripped. Yeah, Mortensen doesn't look sure of herself when she catches the ball. We've seen that about 3 times already. Vasquez, right corner. Over to Christensen. Back out to Vasquez. At the top for Bear. 18-12 Akron. 4:35 to go in the second. Bear with the basketball. Over to Vasquez. Fakes the 3. Dribble. Spins on Walliver. Back out to Bear. Bear against Waiter. Leans in the lane from 7. Around it. Good. Nice job by Jordan Bear. That was not an easy move. Pretty good defense there by the Bead Diggers as well. And then Mortensen.
She just drug her back foot.
Yeah,
she made a great catch because that was a hard pass to catch.
Yeah. I think Mortensen is more comfortable when she gets the ball around the basket,
right.
Not anywhere around midcourt, because that's been her problem with the turnovers. 4:20 to go. That timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. We'll take a break. Akron 20, Brush 12 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John and Jen back in Brush. Lady Bead Diggers trail 20-12 to Akron with 4:20 to go.
I thought you were going to go with like a J&J on that one.
In the second quarter. I'm saving that for later in the season. Vasquez, along with A.J. Miller, Carly Christensen, Gail Hall, and Sydney Merrill for Akron. Melissa Waitert, Shelby Walliver, Emma Mortensen, Alex White, and Bailey Craich for Brush. Akron basketball looking to match their biggest lead, which was 10. They're up by 8 right now. Hall with the basketball on the outside left to Miller. Fakes the three. Cross-court pass taken by Christensen. 12-footer is in and out. And the ball is volleyball into the hands of Miller, and she is fouled as she goes back up. Bead Diggers had that basketball. Craich had it but couldn't secure it. And then Brush commits the foul. A.J. Miller to the line. The foul committed by Melissa Waitert. That's her first foul.
Well, and they lose a little bit of size without Kristen in there. Kristen is very strong. She's been in my weight training class now for a while, so she's built up some muscle, and she's hard to move. So without her, they're going to have to steal position and get those boards.
Free throw is in and out. Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there today to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name at Stubbs Gas and Oil. Second free throw in the air, back rimmed. Nice block out by Walliver. Her second rebound. Walliver with the basketball. Then she hesitated with a double dribble. 4 turnovers by Brush here in the last minute plus. They've got 18 in the game to only 4 for Akron, and that's a big difference between a veteran team like Akron and a team like Brush, which has a mix of veterans and some young players. Miller, 3 in the air, good. A.J. Miller drills the triple. She's got 5 in the quarter. And there's a steal by Vasquez, and she scores. Oh, the Bead Diggers are starting to fall apart again. With the basketball to the front court is Mortensen. Mortensen backs it out of the bounce pass over to Walliver, over to Waitert. 25-12 now. This is a 9-0 run for Akron with 3.5 to go in the second. On the outside left is Craich, holding the ball up high, dribbling to her right. Picks up the dribble, then she looked like she traveled, no call. Wide down low, Walliver, little 6-footer off the back of the rim. And the rebound and put back in a foul. Nice job by Mortensen again. She's very good around the basket with the basketball now. She just has to expand her game.
She's young yet. I mean, that's a sophomore playing in a varsity jersey,
yeah.
so that's Emma's a student.
Right, she's got major upside. Carly Christensen commits her second foul. Mortensen to the line. The free throw is good for Emma Mortensen, who's got 3 points all in this quarter.
And I thought that time they did a good job of making sure that they were visible for the pass, as Akron is double teaming anytime it goes to the wing.
And the Bead Diggers have been double teaming Sydney Merrill, who's done nothing in this game. Second free throw is short, and the rebound controlled by Allison Vasquez, who's got 5 boards. Vasquez across the timeline at the top. Bounce pass right corner. Hall 3 in the air. Good. That is going to be a 2. Inside the 3-point line for Gail Hall. It's 26-13. Overhead pass taken by Craich into the front court to Walliver. Bead Diggers nicely break that press to Waitert straight away. Waitert back out to the left to Walliver. 3:12 to go second quarter. Akron leads by 14. Spinning, looking, Walliver. Bounce pass to Mortensen. Mortensen with the basketball over to Walliver. On the outside right, dribbling towards the top, picks up the dribble. Back on the outside right to Alex White. Bead Diggers are patient now. 15-foot lean in. Good. At the free throw line for Alex White. She's got 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. Akron 27, Brush 15. 2:48 to go second quarter in the first of 2 games today from Brush High School. Bear with the basketball on the outside right to Hall. Back to Bear. Won't take the 3. Left wing Miller, 3 in the air. And that was a brick. The rebound on a hop to Shelby Walliver. Shelby with her 3rd rebound. On the outlet to White, right of the lane. Cross-court pass Waitert. 16-footer. Count it for Melissa Waitert. Her first points. Bead Diggers now in a 4-0 run. They trail 27-17. 2:21 to go second quarter. Jordan Bear with the basketball on the outside right to Hall. Back to Bear. On the outside left to Miller. Picking her up is Waitert. Cross-court pass to Hall beyond the 3-point line. Back out to Bear. Stepping into the lane. Bear leans from 8 and misses it off to the left. And the rebound to Emma Mortensen. Her second board. Outlet to Waitert. Here come the Bead Diggers. A 3-on-3. Left corner pass for Walliver. Back out to Waitert. Cross-court pass to White. Looking down low. Dribbles. Leans. Shoots. Scores! Alex White scores again for the Bead Diggers. 6 in the quarter. 8 in the game. And Brush is on a 6-0 run. Akron 27, Brush 19, a minute 43 to go, that is, in the second quarter. Bear with the basketball, back out to Hall, over to Bear straight away on the left wing. Miller, left corner 3, Vasquez in the air, is going to be off to the right. It's an air ball. Rebound to Craich. Bead Diggers the other way. Waitert checked that. That was White who lost the basketball in the front court. Brush commits their 20th turnover of the game. Hall the other way in the right corner for Christensen, dribbling to her left, lobs it back out. Bear straight away three, and that's going to be around and good. Oh, plenty of English for Jordan Bear. 6 1/4, 10 in the game, and all of a sudden Akron with a 30-19 lead. And the basketball is Alex White. White looking, cross-court pass to Waylert. Waylert dribbling to her right. At the free throw line, looking back out to Walliver. B-Digger's going to slow this down. In the left corner, White with the basketball, dribbling to her right. And then she's blocked from behind. She tried to put up a shot, but Bear was able to swat it away. And the other way, a layup is made beautifully by Gail Hall. Off the glass, 32-19 in favor of Akron. So now they're trying to separate themselves from Brush. Alex White jump pass to Waiter across midcourt, a 3-on-3. Waiter left baseline to White, bounce pass to Mortensen, lost the ball out of bounds. B-Diggers have turned it over again. That's their 8th of the quarter, 22nd of the game. Merrill back in for Akron along with Megan Woods. And Casey Blake checks in for Brush. So 32-19 in favor of the Akron Rams with 21 seconds to go. Into the front court is Jordan Bear. Bear on the outside right at the top for Hall. And Akron's going to work for the final shot. Hall just dribbling it around with 9 seconds to go. Hall against Walliver, back out to Bear with 6. Over to Vasquez with 4. Vasquez going to have to put up a long three. She lobs it down low for Merrill. Left baseline, turns, shoots, and blocked by Mortensen. Nice job by Emma Mortensen. And that's the end of the opening half with a score. Akron 32, Brush 19 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We'll begin the second half from Brush. In the girls' game where Akron leads Brush 32-19. Alex White, Kristen Berg, Melissa Waylert, Jordan DeLaurier, and Bailey Craich for Brush. And keep in mind that DeLaurier and Berg have 3 fouls apiece.
I'm sure Coach George addressed that pretty harshly in the locker room, that they've got to be able to maintain position, keep them in front, and not commit silly ones.
Megan Woods, Gail Hall, Allison Vasquez, Sydney Merrill, and Jordan Bear for Akron, and they will inbounds the basketball. Vasquez to trigger it in from midcourt, and Digger Dan is about to make an appearance. Pass into Bear. Bear with a basketball at the top. On the outside right to Hall. Back to Bear. At the free throw line. Double teamed over to Hall. Puts up a rainbow, and it's good. Inside the three-point line by Gail Hall. She's got 6. The lead is 15. The biggest advantage for Akron. Into the front court is White. Over to Craich. Little 14-footer around and no good. And the ball is rebounded by Waiter, but she throws it off the foot of DeLaurier, but taken by Brush. 3 in the air by White is around off to the left. Rebound to Waiter. Banks and scores. Nice job by Waiter, grabbing a couple of rebounds and banking it in. She's got 4. Akron 34, Brush 21. 7:23 to go, third quarter. With the basketball is Bear on the outside right to Hall. Over to Bear, straight away, picked up by DeLaurier. Jump pass to Woods. In the left corner, Vasquez penetrates. Bounce pass down low is Merrill, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Nice job by the B-Diggers defensively. Vasquez to trigger it in.
B-Diggers are doing a much better job of communicating in their 2-3 zone.
Vasquez looking in the left corner for Bear, dribbles to her right, bodied up by White, gets a pick on the outside right, lob pass down low for Merrill, turns, shoots, banks, misses, rebound controlled by Alex White, her second board. Over to DeLaurier. Well, Merrill's realizing that Brush is going to be one of the toughest opponents she faces all year. That's why she's struggling this game, but she's been double-teamed virtually every time. Inside, Berg over to Craich. She banks it in. Nice feed from Berg. And Craich scores for the first time in the game. B-Diggers trying to inch back into it. 34-23. Vasquez in the lane. Back rims it. And the rebound to Alex White. White with her third board. On the outlet to DeLaurier. Wide open as Berg, and she's going to bank it in as Berg got that feed beautifully, and the B-Diggers on a 6-0 run.
They're doing a great job of just sneaking in behind the defense. Defense fell asleep on that one.
Yeah, Rick Agan, the Akron head coach, could see that coming. Woods, 3 in the air, and that's good. Boy, every time they need a bucket, they get it from somebody, whether it's Woods or Vasquez or Bear. Into the front court is DeLaurier, and the ball is knocked out of bounds.
I think she dribbled it off of Akron's.
That should have been a
foot.
3. Yeah, okay, they have the score correct now. Let's not start with that business. 37-25. Yeah, they had marked it as a 2. Beat Digger basketball. Delorier to throw it in from the corner. Looking, still looking. Got to get rid of it. Lobs it into Craich. Craich back out to White. On the outside right, Berg, 15-footer short. Ball is tipped into the hands of Sydney Merrill and fouled from behind by Melissa Waitert. Waitert commits her second on Merrill's line. 3 points, 3 rebounds, and that's it. No block shots in this game.
Well, and I foresee her having this problem the whole season that she's got left.
Well, she'll have some monster games because some of the competition in 2A cannot measure up. Vasquez, 3 in the corner, in and out. Well, that was not halfway down. Rebound to Melissa Waiter, but the Beat Diggers throw it away. Akron comes the other way with a basketball. Brush with their 24th turnover of the game. So with the basketball, or check that, that's 23 turnovers for the Beat Diggers. On the outside right is Hall. Straight away passes, tipped away, but taken by Hall. Jump pass down low for Merrill. Off her left hand, tries to save it in, but it's saved in. Over to the Beat Diggers and Bailey Craich. 5th turnover for Akron. Into the front court is Delorier. 37-25 in favor of Akron. 5:10 to go in the third. Whiter with the basketball against Hall. Crossover dribble. Picks up the dribble. Spins. Double team. Lobs it at the free throw line. Delorier, 15-footer. Back rimmed it. And the rebound is controlled very nicely over there by Jordan Bear. That's her first board. Bear across the timeline. Picked up by Delorier, who strips her. Delorier with the basketball. Delorier ahead of the field is going to lay it up and in for Jordan Delorier. Nice move.
The official almost couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
Beat Diggers only down by, should be 10, 37-27. Well, it took a while to get those two up there. With a basketball. Ball is tipped away, taken by Delorier. Bad pass by Woods. Delorier with 1 to beat, pulls up from 8, and she's fouled. And the foul on Gail Hall.
And that was a great job by Delorier taking that shot because she knew that Kristen Berg she saw her out of the side of her eye. I know she did because she was right there for the miss.
Well, Akron had 4 turnovers in the opening half. They've got 3 in the first 3.5 minutes of the third quarter, so the Beat Diggers have stepped up their game defensively. The free throw is barely getting to the rim.
Well, and you see a little bit of a fire in their bellies. I mean, they understand what they did in the first quarter, and I think, they talked about that, and they're doing a good job of communicating with each other on the floor. I can hear them even with the headphones on talking to each other as to who's doing what.
Second free throw, Delorier is up and perfect. And Brush all of a sudden is only down by 9, 37-28. Across the timeline is Vasquez on the outside right to Hall. Over to Bear. Bear with 4:22 to go. High left to A.J. Miller into the game. To Vasquez left corner. Penetrating left baseline. Swings it down low to Merrill. She banks and scores. A gorgeous pass from Vasquez. And Merrill has her first field goal since the first quarter. Pressure defense, and the Beat Diggers throw it away and turn it over for the 25th time in the game.
And there's a miscue there. Jordan and Wooliver were talking about which way they were going to cut on that.
39-28 Akron. Approaching the 4-minute and 5-second mark of the third quarter. Bear with a basketball at the top. Crossover dribble on Walliver. Pulls up from 15 and got nothing but air. Merrill tries to save it in. And unfortunately she does to Jordan Delorier. Unfortunately for her, Beat Diggers at the basketball. All the way, and the layup is up and in. Berg to Mortensen. And she had to put that one up right there because another step would have been a travel. 39-30. Beat Diggers still in this game. There's a lean and a foul. A.J. Miller took the shot. Oh, you don't want to foul from 15 feet away again. The foul is on Alex White. That's her first foul. And A.J. Miller to shoot 2. Miller had 5 points in the opening half. She can give Akron a double-digit lead and does. She nails the first. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Member FDIC equal housing lender. That's Morgan Federal Bank. And for the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Second free throw off the back of the rim, and we've got a lane violation on Akron.
I almost thought it was Melissa Waylard in there a little early, but she might have gotten help with that.
Yep, so no free throw attempt there after the lane violation. 2-on-1 for the Beat Diggers, but they're going to have to back it up now. Akron catches up. Mortensen to White. Bounce pass to Mortensen, right baseline, and she traveled. That'll be turnover number 26. 40-30 Akron, 3.5 to go in the third. Yeah, I'm telling you, Brush could have been blown out of this game, so they're doing a nice job of just
They're doing
staying
a great
in.
job.
Because they're not expected to win this game. Vasquez, 3 in the air. Good in the corner for Allison Vasquez. That was not an easy shot. She's got 10, and there's a steal by Vasquez in the backcourt. Vasquez all the way, left-handed layup. No, but she is fouled by Alex White. You know, that's the thing with Akron. They pick up points in bunches. Second foul for White.
I've always said basketball's a game that runs. You got to make yours longer and the other team shorter.
Sounds logical.
I try to be that way every now and then.
Free throw by White. A rare Jen Goodall. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. Free throw is in by Vasquez. It's now a 14-point lead. Second free throw upcoming. I mean, a minute ago it was a 39-30 game. And like that, they're on a 5-0 run. And it's a 6-0 run. The second free throw is in. Vasquez with 12. She leads all scorers. Backcourt pressure with a basketball is Walliver. A 3-on-1 to Berg. Down low for Mortensen. No, tipped away. Taken by Berg. Misses the shot. And the rebound is controlled by Carly Christensen of Akron. Her first. Christensen double dribbled. She got the pick in the backcourt from Bear, but couldn't control the basketball correctly. 2:56 to go in the third. Beat Diggers trail by 15. Deloria to throw it in. Looking, got to get rid of it. Lobs it right of the lane over to Mortensen. Spins, turns, shoots, fouled as she misses. Mortensen to the line to shoot two.
That was a good job by Emma not putting the ball on the ground because she had 3 red jerseys around her ready to swipe that ball away. So just going up and shooting the ball, drawing the foul was a good play.
Foul by Jordan Bear. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. The first free throw is in by Mortensen. She's got 6 in the game. Second free throw upcoming. And that is up and good as well. Let's reset the lineup for the Bee Diggers. Bailey Craich, Emma Mortensen, Jordan Deloria, Melissa Wailert, and Shelby Walliver. It's Carly Christensen, Sydney Merrill, A.J. Miller, Allison Vasquez, and the ball handler Jordan Bear. Bear across the timeline. Bee Diggers down by a baker's dozen, 45-32, 2:41 to go in the third. Bear straight away with the basketball on the outside right to Christensen. Straight away to Bear, over to Miller inside the three-point line, drills the shot. A.J. Miller has got 8 in the game. And then a backcourt pass is intercepted by Bear down low. Layup, Vasquez up and in. Vasquez now has 7 in the quarter, 14 in the game. Another steal by Vasquez and laying it up and in. This time is going to be Carly Christensen. Timeout, Brush. 2:14 to go, third quarter. Akron 51, Brush 32 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the Beat Diggers just broke the press, and Jordan Deloria drills the 3, and they needed that badly because they were down by 19. Deloria was 6 in the quarter. That's what she's got in the game. Akron 51, Brush 35, a minute 53 to go, third quarter. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall in the first of 2 games from Brush. Christensen on the outside right, cross-court pass tipped away, taken by Akron, back out to Christensen. She'll pull up for the long shot. That is short, and the rebound is controlled by Shelby Walliver, her 4th board. Walliver on the outlet to Deloria, across the timeline, long pass to Craich, into the lane, turns, hooks, and scores off the glass for Bailey Craich. All her 4 points are in this quarter. Beat Diggers all of a sudden on a 5-0 run, 51-37 Akron. Minute 23 to go in the third. Straight away Vasquez, back out to Christensen, bounce pass down, a little bit of travel prior to that. That is the 9th turnover for Akron, 5 in the quarter. The problem is the Bee Diggers have 29 turnovers unofficially in the game, so 20 more than Akron. And Christensen is out, and Gail Hall is in. Here comes Ashley Alonzo Holtorf in for Akron. For Sydney Merrill, more than likely just for the final minute and 20 seconds of the quarter, as the Bee Diggers are down by 14. Backcourt pressure, the throw into Mortensen. Back out to Deloria, still in the backcourt, dribbling across the timeline, and then dribbled it off the foot of a Ram, intercepted by Bear. Bear's ahead of the field, lays it up and in. Beat Diggers with their 30th turnover as Bear banks it home. She's got 12, 53-37. Deloria into the front court, double team, dribbles by 2, and then throws it left corner for Mortensen. Mortensen then traveled. Oh, jeez. You know, unless she's underneath the basket for some reason, she's continued to struggle in the game with that.
She has, and that's just something that comes with time. You know, that works on the pivoting and then, you know, being strong with the ball when you're getting double teamed all game.
Yeah, around the basket, she's tremendous, but outside of the basket, and there was a travel there easily by A.J. Miller. So 6 turnovers for Akron in the quarter, 10 in the game. Bee Diggers down 16. And they're still not out of this game. They can put together another run. Kristen Berg is back in. Her and Delorier have 3 fouls. 45 seconds to go. Delorier in the backcourt. Front court pass in the corner to Craich. Over to Walliver. 15-footer is off to the left. And the rebound controlled by Alonzo Holtorf. The outlet pass to Hall. Hall across the timeline at the top. 32 seconds to go in the third. Akron 53, Brush 37. Bear back out to Miller. Miller against Waitert. Lobs it to Bear on the outside left. Guarded by Delorier. Straight away to Miller. Miller to her right. Back to her left to Bear. Bear with 19 seconds to go. And a timeout called. Or no?
No, it's a foul.
Well, let's see what happened there.
Called it on Jordan Delorier.
Well, I'm sorry. That foul is... That's either a bad call or a horrendous foul. She was 20 feet away from the basket. I really didn't see a foul, Jen, to be honest with you.
I think she just put her hand on her hip, get a little hand check.
Waitert just committed another silly foul. I don't know what the Beat Diggers are doing here. Waitert fouled.
I think Coach George is confused as well over there, just by his facial expression.
Well, yeah, but that was a clear foul that Waitert committed. And Casey Blake replaces Delorier. Those were 2 silly fouls by Brush. I'm sorry. I mean, they're 20 feet away from the basket, and Akron just trying to take the final shot of the third. And that's 5 team fouls now for Brush. Nearly an over and back there by Bear. Bear with 10 seconds to go beyond the three-point line. Dribbles into the lane, leans, and the pass to Alonzo Holtorf. She's fouled as she went up for the shot. And that might have been Shelby Walliver committing the foul. Nope. Casey Blake commits the foul for Brush. That's going to be her first. Alonzo Holtorf. And the Beat Diggers have been pretty good defensively, but that last series was ugly.
Well, and I'm sure that Coach George is going to address, you got to clock management, why you don't need to foul with that kind of time left.
Twice. Yeah, you're right. 3 times. I forget. Well, but this one at least was underneath the basket.
Right.
But twice 20 feet away from the basket makes no sense. First free throw is no good. Second free throw's an air ball. Beat Diggers to throw it in with 5.4 seconds to go, down by 16. And Blake to throw it in.
And they're bringing pressure all the way up, Akron is, so.
Blake to Berg. Berg across the timeline with 1 to beat, all the way with 1. Berg pulls up off the glass, no good. And that is the end of the quarter. Nope, the follow-up by Craich was after the buzzer. We played 3 quarters. Akron 53, Brush 37 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, we had our biggest offensive quarter of the game. 39 points as Akron outscored Brush 21-18. They've extended the lead. Lady Rams lead the Lady Beat Diggers 53-37. Brush to throw it in. It'll be Emma Mortensen on the bench, actually. Shelby Walliver to throw it in, along with Melissa Waitert, Casey Blake, Bailey Craich, and Kristen Berg. Jordan Delorier has 4 fouls. She's on the bench. Gail Hall out there. Beat Digger basketball. Craich down low. Left-handed hook is up. No good. Fouled. And to the line will be Bailey Craich. Nice move by the senior, and the foul was committed by Sydney Merrill. That'll be her second.
And Bailey did do a good job on that one. She shot it left-handed on the left-hand side and used her body to protect from getting blocked.
The free throw is up and in. She's got 5. Gail Hall, Sydney Merrill, Jordan Bear, Allison Vasquez, and Megan Woods for Akron. Second free throw is up, and that's perfect. Brush still within breathing distance. 53-39 should be the score. The Beat Diggers just added another point there. And now they got it right. The 3 in the air is up, and that's off the back of the rim, missed by Hall. And the rebound controlled by Bailey Craich. And then Casey Blake walks in the backcourt. Yeah, they're going to have to work on this big time in practice. 32 turnovers for Brush and only 9 for Akron. I mean, that's the story of the game, or 10 for Akron. But you know what? To Coach George's credit, he said that's going to be our issue, handling the backcourt pressure, handling their press. So I don't think he's going to be surprised by what happened, but he might be surprised by the number because they're averaging well over a turnover a minute right now. I mean, you got 32 minutes in a game. They got 32 turnovers in 24 and a half minutes. With the basketball is Vasquez, and Akron's going to eat up some clock right now. Dribbling to the right against White. Back out to Bear, guarded by Waitert. Bear to her left. And high school basketball, no shot clock. So without a shot clock, you just work the ball around and be patient. Vasquez down low for Bear in the lane. Dribbles, shoots, misses, and the rebound to Waitert. Nice job by the Beat Diggers. 5th rebound by Waitert. Waitert into the front court with the basketball. Picks up her dribble. Cross-court pass to Blake. Blake holding the ball up high on the outside right. Dribbles to her left, back out to Walliver. Walliver, chest pass to her right to Berg, beyond the three-point line. B-Diggers down by 14. Berg in the right corner, back out to Waiter, double team, and dribbling to her left, over to White. White at the top, guarded by Vasquez, spinning to her right, looking. Over to Waiter to the high right, and we got a timeout. Good timeout. B-Diggers had no flow on the offense, and I think Tom George might have been looking for a foul when Alex White had the basketball, and she was being pressured. 30-second timeout. Timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. 53-39 in favor of Akron with 6:37 to go in the game.
And what's interesting on that set for both teams, they both went back into a man-to-man. Now, on the other side, where Akron was on offense, they were just running a triangle. So you have two people that just basically stand and set screens at the elbows until it goes to a wing or the cutter that's cutting through, and then their backdoor cut to the opposite block, trying to get that offset or that overload on one side. On our end, I think Coach George realized he needed to set a play because we were kind of just running in circles. No one was really setting a hard pick, and hopefully this is a better rotation.
B-Digger basketball. Whalert with the ball against Gale Hall. To her right, the chest pass to Walliver. Walliver against Woods, dribbling to her right, maintains the dribble, picks it up, back out to Blake. Blake harassed over there by Bear, picks up the dribble down low for White on the right baseline, lost it, got it back. She's got to get rid of the basketball and throws it off of Vasquez out of bounds. Good play by White, who had really no space at all to get rid of the basketball. B-Diggers retain possession.
Well, I think Alex did a good job of backdooring, and I think she just lost her balance a little bit. So otherwise it would have been a nice little drive, a little short shot to the basket.
Blake to Waiter, back to Blake, over to Berg. Right wing three is no good off the back of the rim, and the ball is loose, and it's chased down at midcourt by Megan Woods, but she throws it away. However, it's taken away by Gale Hall. And the three by Bear, good, straight away by Jordan Bear. Well, that's a 50-50 ball that Akron got. 56-39 in favor of Akron. 5:53 to go in the game. White on the outside right with the basketball, spinning, looking, back out to Walliver. Walliver dribbling against Woods. On the high right to White. White in the right corner, picks up the dribble. To her left, back out to Berg. Berg against Merrill, down low to the cutting Blake, but it's off her left hand out of bounds. B-Diggers turn it over for the 33rd time in the game to only 10 turnovers for Akron. We've got 5:38 to go. Akron 56, Brush 39. Here comes Jordan Bear into the front court. Only a sophomore, very impressive sophomore. She's got 15 in the game to lead all scores. Over to Gale Hall, dribbling to her left against Waitert. Back out near the timeline to Vasquez, who's got 14 points in this game, including 7 in the third quarter. Vasquez spinning, looking, entry pass intercepted by Kristen Berg. Berg with a basketball, and her pass is tipped away by Vasquez, taken by Bear. Bear will lay it up and in. Off the glass, Jordan Bear now with 17 in the game, 58-39. Lob into the front court to Alex White. Back out straight away to Laurier. Down low for Berg. Berg, right baseline, dribble the ball off her foot, out of bounds. 35 turnovers for the B-Diggers, and that is a humongous number. Now, it wouldn't look so bad if Akron had about 20 or 25, but when they only have 11, that demonstrates the difference in the game. With 4:50 to go, Akron in control, 58-39. Bear in the lane. She's not picked up, and she lays it in with the right hand. Jordan Bear has 7 in the quarter, and she's got 19 in the game. It's a 21-point lead. Here's White, left baseline shot, short. Rebound, Allison Vasquez. That's her 6th. Vasquez across midcourt, picked up by White. White trying to strip her. She picks up the dribble. White then commits the foul. And that is the 17th foul, 1-and-1 situation. For White is her 3rd personal. And Vasquez to the line. With 4:25 to go. And yeah, I think the B-Diggers just ran out of gas. You get behind early like they did. They kept coming back. They got within breathing distance, and now Akron's just too strong.
Well, and I think he's got a few more on the bench, a little deeper bench than what we have, too.
Yeah.
So
that
makes a difference as well.
You don't have to close on your house alone as the free throws around and good. Northern Colorado title at 130 West Kiowa and Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. Northern Colorado title. Vasquez with 15. The lead is 22. Second free throw off to the left. Boy, there was no block out whatsoever. Grabbed by A.J. Miller. Vasquez leans, shoots, misses. Ball rebounded over there by Alex White. Yeah, the B-Diggers fell asleep there on the boards momentarily. Berg with the basketball, back out to White, over to Wailert. Near that left baseline to Walliver. Backs it out to Wailert. Waitert against Miller, swings it left side now over to Walliver. Gets a pick from Waitert, dribbles to her right, towards the right baseline, pulls up from 10, and that's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is controlled by A.J. Miller, her fourth. On the outlet to Allison Vasquez, under 4 minutes to go in the game. Akron 61, Brush 39. On the outside right, Miller with a basketball for Akron, dribbling to her left, towards the top. Now she'll back it up as Akron will work the clock. Vasquez with the ball on her right hip, over to Merrill. Merrill right of the lane, right baseline, lean, shoots, scores. Sydney Merrill, who's been very quiet, the reigning 2A state player of the year with 7 points, 63-39. And a tie-up in the front court, possession arrow, Akron. As Waitert was tied up by A.J. Miller. Jen, this tells you how awesome Akron is when Sydney Merrill has been contained the whole game, and they're leading a team that won 20 games a year ago by 24 points on their home court.
Wow, that's a good.
Oh, that's a fact. It's not an opinion. I mean, that's all.
That's just 20 by 24 points. I mean, usually that's pretty good average.
Vasquez misses the 15-footer, the rebound to Shelby Walliver, her fifth board. On the outlet to Delorier, crossing the timeline with 3:08 to go. Gets a pick from Waitert, and it looked like should have been a foul on Baer, trying to run through the pick. Bounce pass tipped away, but taken back by Delorier. Berg, 16-footer, is good straight away by Kristen Berg, who's got a nice quick release. She's got 6. The Akron lead is 22, 63-41. 2:52 to go in the game. Jordan Baer with the basketball across the timeline, dribbling against Delorier, left of the lane, down low. Vasquez hooks and scores. Swish for Allison Vasquez. And Vasquez has got 17 in the game. Berg, 15-footer right wing, is around and no good. But the rebound to Laurier, put back is around and missed. Rebound is a tie-up there between Vasquez and Berg. And it's going to stay with the Beat Diggers.
Number 32, Casey Blake. And number 2, Mariah Brown.
Casey Blake into the game. I think I heard Mariah Brown's name. Her first appearance in the game, 65-41. Delorier to throw it in. Over to Blake. 12-footer is around and good. Casey Blake scores for the first time. Akron 65, Brush 43. 2:19 to go. From Brush, we'll have a short intermission between games as we have a timeout, 30-second timeout called by Akron head coach Rick Egan. He wants to get some bench players in there, or secondary players. Beat Diggers will come in here momentarily with Bailey Craich, Emma Mortensen, and they'll also come in. Who's wearing number 12, Jen? Do you know, for Brush over there? Because that's not on the roster.
Let me see. That would be Whitney Mount, I believe.
Okay, so it's 65-43 with 2:14 to go. Akron will improve to 2-0. The Beat Diggers will drop their opener, but they knew that today would be one of their toughest games of the season, along with a meeting against Eaton later on this year.
Well, if you're going to have a test, I kind of like the fact that it's one of the first games, and then you can kind of pick apart things, what you need to work on for as you go. You can build to the next.
Well, you know, the funny thing is that Coach George knows exactly what to work. He knew what to work on before the game, but he knew that it would be a point of contention during the game.
Right.
All right, so Akron basketball. Megan Woods has it, a 22-point lead for the Rams. Left of the free throw line, back out to Taylor Krause all the way, and Krause is fouled as she drove hard to the basket. Well, Taylor Krause is trying to take advantage of her first appearance in the game. Emma Mortensen commits her first foul for Brush with 2:05 to go. And Taylor Krause to shoot a deuce. First free throw is around and good. Akron really struggled from the line in the opening half. They were 40%. And now 5 out of 8. 62.5%. And that one does not get to the rim. So they're 5 out of 9 with 2 air balls in the second half of the line. Beat Digger basketball, no pressure being applied, which is exactly what Coach Hagan likes to do and what he should do, which is why he's one of the better head coaches with the way he works up his talent. Brown with the basketball over to Craich on the outside, right to Blake near that corner. That lob inside intended for Craich. Knocked away, intercepted by Akron. Woods with the basketball, minute 45 to go in the game. Woods looking. Back out to Morgan Woods. In the left corner to Krause, back out to Megan Woods. And then she stripped, intercepted by Craich, and then that ball is thrown away. Teams exchange turnovers. Alonzo Holtorf banks and scores. Off the turnover. 68-43 Akron. A minute 26 to go in the game. Blake with the basketball. Double team. Bounce pass back out to Brown. Brown dribbling to her left. Cross court to Mount. Over to Mortensen. Left of the lane. She's triple teamed. Get rid of the basketball. Does to Mount. Leans from 6, and that's no good. And the rebound's controlled by Megan Woods. With a minute 7 to go. Woods into the front court. Left of the lane. Looking for a teammate. It's going to have to spin it back out. And does to Lizzie Alonzo Holtorf. Looking down low for Ashley Alonzo Holtorf. Right baseline, lean, shoots, and blocked out of there by Mortensen, who's got about 3 blocks in the game, but taken away by Morgan Woods. Akron resets. Woods back out to Lizzie Alonzo Holtorf. 46 seconds to go. Guarded by Brown. Picks up the dribble. Cross court to Megan Woods. Left of the lane. In the lane. Lean, shoots, banks, misses. And the ball is picked up by Holtorf, and she scores. Well, what a job by Alonzo Holtorf. There were 2 other beat diggers there. They couldn't stop her. 70-43 in favor of Akron. On the outside left with the basketball is Mounts. Back out to Brown. 25 seconds to go. Over to Mount. Steps in inside the three-point line and hits the bottom of the rim out of bounds. It's off of Megan Woods of Akron. Beat digger basketball. With 21.6 seconds to go and Brown to throw it in. Still looking. Lobs it near the top to Blake inside the three-point line. The shot is off the back of the rim and the ball is tipped into Blake's hands and then she misses a shot. Might have been partially blocked and taken away by Taylor Krause. We've got 9 seconds to go. Pass to Morgan Woods. She's just going to hold it with 5, with 4, and the time is going to run out. The Akron Rams have defeated the Brush Beat Diggers this afternoon in Brush, 70-43. We'll take a break and come back with a recap of this afternoon's game right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome to the Beat Digger post-game show brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design in Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter at 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. In the first of a doubleheader, the Akron Lady Rams defeat the Brush Beat Diggers 70-43, leading 14-6 after 1, outscoring Brush 18-13 in the second for a 32-19 lead. 21-18 in the third for a 53-37 advantage, and 17-16 in the fourth for that 70-43 win. And, you know, when you look at this game, 17-6, not 16, I should say, 17-6 in the fourth quarter. The Beat Diggers quarter by quarter were really not that bad until the fourth quarter. But, you know, as I mentioned, Jen, when you have a team that good, teams that good wear you down. You run out of gas, you make mistakes, and for the first game of the year, the Beat Diggers had some positives, but I don't think this result is a shock or surprising to anybody.
No, I don't think it is, and like I said earlier, touched on earlier, this is a good test. First game and being tested this hard to see what we can do, that's pretty good that we've, come that close and stayed with them for that long. And we did struggle, especially in the first quarter. That was like the big kaboom, if you will, and then we kind of settled in and started to break their press fairly easily.
One thing they've got to do, they got to get to the line more. 6 out of 7, 85%. They can shoot the free throws, but 7 free throws in a game, obviously that's unacceptable.
Well, and I think that'll come. A lot of times when you are playing a team that is that active with their hands and their feet, we talked earlier about the tips on the passes or anything, even dribbling, they were knocking the ball out. So when you get that kind of a team that you're playing against, driving to the basket,
can't do it. They took a lot of perimeter shots.
Right. So you find a different way, and they just couldn't get as much.
Well, it wasn't a clean game for Akron either, especially from the line. 9 out of 19, 47%. However, there were 50 turnovers unofficially committed in the game, and 38 by Brush, Jen.
Wow. I didn't think it was that high.
Well, it was 22 at halftime. It actually got better in the second half.
Right, that's why I was thinking.
But the only reason it got better in the second half is because Akron backed off a little bit. They weren't on top of Brush for the last few minutes of the game, knowing that they had the lead in hand. And it just seemed in this game, when Akron scored 5 or 6 or 7 points, they did it in like a 15 to 20 second span.
Right.
They scored, they get a turnover, they score, they get a turnover, they get a score. I mean, it's amazing how that pressure defense can really wreak havoc on the opposition. And Brush at times looked like they were picking it up, and then at other times, because as you well know, with all of your basketball knowledge, you can change up the look of a pressure defense.
Right. Well, and they did that a little bit. They took all 4 of them and put them up in front. So then we were trying to lob, which is kind of a sucker play. You want to let them think that, okay, they can just throw it over the top of us, and then they slide in there because it's a lob. It's not a hard pass, and they take the ball because we did not come to meet it, which would have resulted in a foul on Akron instead. So those little things end up being a big part of the game.
Well, and Akron's a good rebounding team, but the Bead Diggers out-rebounded them in this game. The Bead Diggers had 31 unofficially to 25 for Akron. Akron was led on the boards by Allison Vasquez with 6. Bead Diggers got 5 apiece from Jordan Delorier, Melissa Waylert, and Shelby Walliver, and quite frankly did a nice job of blocking out, and a nice job by Akron and head coach Rick Agan as his team got the victory tonight, 70-43. Let's talk to Coach Agan here for just a second, who was on our show yesterday on 1010 Preps and More, all presented by Erling Toyota East. Rick, we were just pointing out, obviously with the turnover total, big difference in this game. 38 unofficially for Brush and 12 for Akron. But that's your mantra is that pressure defense.
Honestly, John, I just came up here to meet you. I didn't want to do an interview, but I'll go. I've never met you. You do such a great job on your show. It's great. You got the greatest voice. The It's like, I love it. So I had to come meet you. But I'll do an interview. We played good today, and I was kind of a little bit worried about it last night because we had the game last night against Marino, and going back to back and going 32 minutes full court pressure, it's hard early. We're not conditioning wise, but that was a difference today. Brush, they're younger, lost a lot of kids last year, so they're rebuilding. They'll be fine. Tom does a great job with them, and they had trouble handling the press.
How about your team last night taking on a Marino team? I know they graduated Danielle Ronaldo, but you still won that game by 40 points for an opening game. Was it the way you thought it would turn out? I
thought so. They lost 4 starters last year, so that's tough for them. Especially it's so cyclical in small schools like that. We're so deep and loaded right now with kids. It just kind of ebbs and flows that way, and it's just it's hard to rebuild in a school that size when you lose 4 starters and 4 starters that have been very competitive the last 4 years.
Well, and one thing that I was telling Jen here, it's amazing how good your team is, considering not only because you won a state championship last year, but Sydney Merrill, for the most part, was held in check. Very few points, very few rebounds. She was beat double-teamed the whole game, but the other players obviously stepped it up for your team.
That's exciting for me as a coach because we kind of figured, we talked about this yesterday on the show, is, we got to learn, we got to be able to shoot the 3-ball. Last night we hit 8. I don't know what we had tonight because if you don't take away the two-way player of the year, then you're not doing something right as a coach.
Right.
And so if you go man on us, you can't guard her. And so your best bet is to hope that we have an off night shooting with the size we've got. And so, and like I said, we're just lucky to have kids like this. It's amazing. It's fun to coach.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. It's fun to watch when they're playing that well. Well, Rick, appreciate the time. It's good talking to you here on air for a couple of minutes. We'll take a break. Akron wins the opening game over Brush, 70-43. We'll come back with the scoring totals from Game 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Jen Goodall after the Akron Lady Rams defeated the Brush Bee Diggers 70-43 in Game 1. Let's go to the final scoring totals as well. Akron was led by Jordan Bear with 19 points, 17 for Allison Vasquez. They got 8 points in the game from A.J. Miller and 7 from Sydney Merrill, 6 from Gail Hall, 4 apiece from Carly Christensen and Ashley Alonso Holtorf, as well as Megan Woods, 1 point for Taylor Krause. The Bee Diggers were led by Alex White, 8 points, 7 in the game for Emma Mortensen, 6 points apiece by Jordan Delorier, as well as Bailey Craich and Kristen Berg. And then next in the scoring column, 4 by Melissa Waylert and Shelby Walliver, and 2 points by Casey Blake. Again, the Bee Diggers with 38 turnovers unofficially, 12 by Akron. And Akron was 47% for the line. The Bee Diggers at 85%. Time for our Bee Digger Player of the Game. Brought to you by T.O. Charlie's, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. They will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at T.O. Charlie's. You can log on to TOCharliesFTM.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online. Drive away with confidence at T.O. Charlie's. And, Jen, it's pretty much unanimous who our player of the game is
Alex
tonight
White.
For the Bee Diggers. Yeah, yep. She had the 8 points. And I think, with all the struggles with certain players breaking the press, I think she probably handled it better than most.
I think she calmed everybody down. I think her being a senior and knowing that guard position / forward position that she kind of bounces between, I think she was able to calm everybody down and just take a breath and make sure you're looking for the pass, not just getting in a hurry, which is what Akron wanted them to do, and throwing the ball away.
She had 8 points and 4 rebounds tonight to lead the Bead Diggers in one category and second in the other category. Lady Bead Diggers, by the way, back in action coming up as they will take on Wiggins, and will be there on Wednesday night in Wiggins, 5:30.